I would have first met Sterling at church when he was about 6 years old, I guess. So he would have been in maybe the second grade. Freckled, ruddy-faced, red-haired young man who was always active and in almost everything. We had some chats along the way. I was asked by his family to work with him for his God and Country badge. He was an Eagle Scout with the Boy Scouts and got that when he was, I think, 18 years old. Very proud of that award. Well, Sterling was a very caring person. He was very kind. Sterling was very sensitive. He was always wanting to help people, and he's always wanting to make things better. When he was 18, I think it was, he was working on something and he noticed that our church, the building, had large fans that had been disconnected in our belfry area. So he said, Dr. Baker, we would like to talk to you about a way that maybe I could get up there and with some others, we could reframe that, rewire those fans and get those blowing again to help save the church some money. So I mean, this was a kid, teenage boy, trying to do something that, important and that complicated for other people.
Okay, so did he accomplish that?
No, he did not accomplish that. We did not follow through on that suggestion, but it was a good one. Yeah. He was always present at the church, again, wanting to help. He was one of our PA people, ran the audiovisual boards and the computer graphics at the church for our worship services, and he enjoyed that very much. Well, when he got out of the Army, I think one of the things he wanted to do was to come back and run some kind of business. I'm not exactly sure what. I've heard many kinds suggested. But Sterling had many areas of interest. He was a black belt in Taekwondo, so he enjoyed the martial arts. He was an excellent marksman, with guns. He knew quite a bit about armaments. But the Army was something which he had thought about long and hard. I think he went into it to actually serve his country. I don't know his personal opinions about the war that he was in, but I do know that he was a patriot and that he did what he did knowing the risks that were there. And when the phone call came this morning, that was the call that no family ever wants to receive or no friend ever wants to get. But I believe that he did that out of his own sense of rightness and his sense of service. It's my understanding that he was the gunner in a vehicle that ran across an IED, an improvised explosive device, IED, improvised explosive device.
How are you going to remember him?
How am I going to remember him?
Yes.
As a very happy, energetic, full of life, creative, loving, supportive young man. My wife was speaking to someone earlier today, and I think that she summarized it quite well. He left this country to enter the Army as a boy, really, because he had this ruddy, soft face and the red hair. But when you look at pictures of him now, he turned into a man in that process, and he is now coming back to our country as a hero. Well, all of our military families, especially those who lose loved ones or have loved ones injured severely in battle, need all of our public and social support. They're doing as well as can be on this first day of this tragic news, but they all would appreciate people's prayers and any kind of tangible support that could be offered, perhaps a card or a letter. There are a number of family members coming by and friends stopping by. They have a pretty good bit of attention today, but as the weeks and the months go by, the crisis is over. But people who've had this serious kind of loss still need people to attend to them, to ask them how they are, to talk about their deceased loved one, because Sterling is going to always be very much with us in our memories, and one of the ways that we heal is by talking about people who we love, who have been taken from us.